to bring about healing and transformation for loved ones who are in need, specifically those who I've spoken about today. Releasing the cords of persecution for those who I'm allowed to help with no harm to I or my creations, my children, with no harm to us for helping. Those who are loyal to me, those who I love and who love me. Just take a moment to breathe. Even those who don't know how to love, it's not your fault. Taking moments to breathe in self-worth as I focus on those who need healing right now, specifically one that I'm coming on directly to help heal in this moment, and those who are suffering from similar ailments and pain and suffering as that individual, you will also be able to feel some relief in those moments if you are destined to be healed as well by me in those moments. Ways. The others you'll feel relief and probably remove swelling in certain areas, as well as clarity to heal from the brain swollen, different areas of the body, as well related to feeling like you were attacked physically. For those who have been physically attacked, for those who've been injured by others, and you're innocent. Take a moment to breathe. For me as well. For all of us. It is not being a victim, but being a survivor. Someone who's considered victoriously a survivor before getting through the experiences. Now the healing has to occur. So let's take moments to breathe in again, that self-worth, that self-love, that consciousness. Ready?
Ram Ram Ra Ram Tara Tara Masi Maya Mana Na La Na Na Le Manantara Zalai Da.
Integration, solutions, cures, purity. Let's take a moment of silence for our loved ones who have transformed from their bodies, who were murdered, who were beaten, who were taken into as hostages, adult napped, kidnapped, bombed, shot, murdered by the hands of those who they thought cared about them, who they thought loved them, to those whose governments are intentionally taking them from their homes, holding them hostage until their family gives them their land. To places globally, specifically, I uplift intentions to help the innocent who are surviving, who have survived the sufferings, to be able to detach the cords of persecution from those who persecuted them, that their cords of persecutions do not bleed unto other creations globally, that they are no longer allowed to keep their cords embedded in those who they assume to be their victims, who survived them. That those persecutors' attacks are not sustained in the lives for the rest of creation's experiences, that those individuals will no longer do those sorts of actions and treatments upon the innocents, that they will acknowledge where we are, what the moment is, and that the moment is to love one another, to unite together in a loving way, to save our planet, to save creations, to acknowledge the worth of the souls who are present, to not numb the mind and the heart and the vessels, that love continues to exist in the hearts of the survivors, that they do not wish death upon themselves the same way anymore, because healing comes quick to the innocent, to those who we are supposed to save, including myself and ourselves. When we acknowledge our self-worth, we push harder to heal ourselves, especially if others on the outside are not helping you, like certain hospitals who refuse to work on you unless you have the money to pay them. If you don't have that money, they'll probably just give you painkillers until you die. And that is no way to exist. That is no way to survive in those ways. Those who have come through such sufferings deserve to have someone who can talk to them, who love them, who can help them work through the suffering psychologically, emotionally, as well as giving guidance that is needed for them to get through those injuries. I'm going to take another moment to focus on those injuries again, so that we can really work on making sure that survival can occur for those who I'm supposed to be, those who I am to heal, those who I am to save, those who are in urgent need, who I promised I'd come on right now to do this for. wow, I had to do that. You know who you are and each of your loved ones. While doing that, I saw so many families, my loved ones, and you particularly. I feel like I'm going to continue working on the heart place for those who've been betrayed and mistreated, and you as also, because you mentioned your heart. Sorry about my outfit, I'm just like wearing this like giant dress, but it's what it is. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't focus on my attire. Thank you. Remember, what you hear may not seem the same as what's actually being communicated. If your heart is having to heal, the sensitivity levels are at peace, so try not to take it personally. I'm going to continue playing. This music is from, I actually made a new song, and I was going to wait to share it with you until this one particular artist who's in the hospital right now, after getting stolen, taken, kidnapped as an adult, held hostage, and tortured, very badly tortured. I can't even, I promised I wouldn't go into the details. And this song, our plan is to have them rap and sing with me. We'll be singing together, and then we have the children's choir singing with us in the background. And I'm working with Quincy Jones as one of his discoveries to recreate a song that's really special. And we've been talking about this for almost a year now, before Quincy transformed. And since it happened, he's really looking forward to working with me on that song. So I'm sure there's going to be multiple versions, but it's nice to have access directly to one of the sources that are allowed to, and then I also have someone who sang on the original song back in the, I think it was 80s. So I'm excited about that. I'd love to show you this song, but we're actually going to make it a thing. And I produced it, I made the instrumental, there's no vocals on it yet, so I really wanted to play it, but I'm not going to play that one. I don't always play my own produced music because I like to make sure it's all copywritten and secure, because people like to steal things. So I don't always, I have like 13 albums worth of music that I've created that I haven't even put out yet. I have more than that. But I do work with a lot of music producers. I'm a global recording artist, so I am getting the messages out, don't worry. But I am a perfectionist when it comes to my music. Sometimes it's really important to me when I'm making the actual instrumentals that it sounds right. Okay, so thank you for listening. I'll do another one, and then I'm open for questions if you have any questions, or if you have special needs. But to be honest, I came on for that mission, and I will do this one. I see when I open my eyes to what is inside. To the waves of collected sound and the core of creation below and home inside. Thanks for joining. Do you have any questions? Am I still on Facebook? I am. I'm action available on Facebook. Thanks for asking. This goes actually to my Facebook page. Yeah. Hey Malcolm, let's all take a moment. Let's take a moment to really feel inside. I'm curious, how do you feel inside right now? And a lot of throat chakra healing kind of appeared as like there has to be work on that. What do you feel like you have to say? What is it that you wanted to say that you feel others are trying to stop you from saying it? Don't consider it a weakness. Find a way to communicate it where you're not making yourself vulnerable, but you're articulating that communication in a way that feels safe, protected. And if it feels like you just gotta throw it out there and prepare yourself, really in a heart way where you acknowledge you have to work through your throat chakra communication of what has to be communicated. How do you feel inside? What happened to you? Tell your story. Because your experiences are also experiences. They're feelings from what had happened. And it's important for us to go on that journey of self-discovery, to access our data, to improve who we are as beings. And try not to hold grudges against each other. Try and find ways just to release that experience and not feel like you have to attack others because you got your feelings hurt. You've hurt others' feelings too before in the past. You for sure have done things to others that caused them to hurt. So don't focus revenge on those who've done that to you. Release them. And I say this from somebody who's had experiences. I'm not saying it from somebody who's like was birthed and had like a whole lot of experiences that were never traumatic. I experienced trauma and I had to heal and forgive and release from that because it makes no sense to hold on to that. That just causes them to continue to cause heartache to you. It's a continued heartache. It's not necessary and not needed. So let's take a moment to acknowledge our heart space, our throat chakra. Who's trying to stop you from speaking? Who's trying to stop you from heart healing? And have you not forgiven them yet? Have you not released that experience and suffering? Even if you've talked through it, even if you didn't speak through it and they continue to be horrible, just release them. Don't let them feed on your energy. Once you cut that cord, they have nothing to feed on. They have no power and they eventually will focus on somebody else and something else. So it's nice to let them forget about you. Why have I not been on Facebook as much? I actually had to heal myself. Yeah. I took moments to focus on my projects to help save creations. I do this a lot. I take moments to do that. It's a really important focus for me, and I get exhausted sometimes. I also have to heal myself. Sitting up like this, when I was working through what I was working through, I got so dizzy. I stopped eating eggs completely, and my body, I didn't realize how much my body relied on those eggs occasionally. So I adjusted my diet. I stopped eating canned foods completely also, so no more easy access to things like that, but it's easy access to like sprouted things already. So sprout the beans and seeds and grains the night before, or get the ones that are pre, and yeah, then that's like the diet. I've had to increase a lot of nutrients and regularly take care of myself, like upgrade, because I wasn't really nourishing myself the same way. Like my diet was not the same as it is now, and I feel thousands of percents like I am functional again. I feel amazing. Yeah, so that's why I wasn't on Facebook a lot then. I had to heal, and I was working through things, like, there's a whole journey. I felt upgraded, I feel upgraded, I am upgraded. And yes, and I don't have social anxiety, I do have bodyguards, I'm really sensitive to others physically, and I have learned how to work through that, and I've been enjoying touch since I've been healing. So my friends who have come to visit, I've allowed them to hug me, like real hugs. And I'm on that level now where I can be So I feel like I've healed a lot in my heart space, and it's amazing to feel that protected and that conscious, and to have my protection stronger than any others, to feel protected in ways that I wouldn't have English words to put into for you right now. So, or I could, but I desire not to educate you with my personal experiences all the way right now. I don't want to share with you everything. I don't have to. So thank you for your love and acknowledgement and caring. So much happier, yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was quite a cleanse, let's say that, like, wow, yeah, no appetite, and now I have like just a little bit to have to desire the nutrients. I've learned how to make what I have to receive taste amazingly delicious, oh my gosh, and I'm so loved by my loved ones. We do an exchange. I help them also, and they work with me, and I love them, and they love me. So I feel blessed to have those who did provide when, like, I wasn't even capable in some moments to go make food in the kitchen because I was so dizzy and I would almost faint. I had to sit down. It was really overwhelming, that beach image. I almost fainted. I almost had my bodyguard, before I figured out, because I had to calculate how could I get up the 2 miles of stairs that were straight up. I hadn't been eating food. I had been bleeding for like almost 2 months straight from because that's a sign of being anemic. And so that was a motivation for me to adjust myself, to save myself, because I wasn't about to experience that level of dizziness forever. And it was very humbling to, if any of you know me, my kids say I'm a germaphobe. I'm not a germaphobe. I like things clean. My hair touches the floor. I have carpets on the floor. I have people take off their shoes and their dirty socks. I wash their feet before they come in here because it's very like, we're gonna chill and hang out and lay maybe some moments and just like meditate or something. Or talk, you know, people love my room because it's very relaxing. They could just lay anywhere because it's very clean. And so I was at that point when I was walking up those stairs where I was like two steps up, and then my legs were shaking, and I couldn't feel my face or my body, and I had to like sit down on the steps. And then it was like 2, 3, 4 steps. I started pushing myself. I'm like, okay. I realized that I'm numb and tingly in those moments I was. And so I almost fell off the steps. I think I felt sideways. I had to grab the side of the hill of Gaia to hold me up. And then I grabbed I told my bodyguard, I said, my guardian and my protector, he's a great guy. He loves me very much, and I appreciate him a lot for all that he does for me. And he was holding all this stuff. Like, we're talking like 2 backpacks of gear, my water bottle, and even my phone at one point, I think. But I grabbed his hand. I was like, okay, so every time I have to sit down, I need you to grab my hand. I'll pull myself up, then I'll grab your arm, and I'll force myself to come up. And being that I'm sensitive to touch, me grabbing somebody's arm like that could also make me faint. So I had to do it in a strong way where I touched my solar and my sacral so that I could make it strong, and that I wasn't giving him my energy, and that I was holding on to it with my own, so I was storing my energy while he helped me out. And then once my legs started shaking, that helped a lot, then I had to sit down. Eventually we made it to the top of the stairs. He wasn't so pleased about that experience. And I was really happy about the view. I got to take moments to look at the view and really appreciate it. Each of those times I had to sit on those 2 miles uphill. It was beautiful to see our womb, as you say, ocean. So beautiful in that way, one of our wombs. I love our Uru. Uru is how you say water. It's the essence of water before where people use the word agua or water. It's a frequency. There's multiple octaves, obviously, based on what one is capable of singing. That's in our early languages before other languages were formed and created in those ways. The mountains or sounds, the air, the rains, our skies have sounds instead of names, the same way. Thank you. So yes, I had to work through that, and I'm not bleeding from there at this moment. I'm really blessed that I've been able to save myself, and I have this beautiful, Jaliva even gave me advice. Others as well communicated with me on options that I was already utilizing, but then once Jaliva told me what to utilize too, on top of that, added in with all these other things that I researched and I decided to get for myself based on any and every possible reason that would be occurring. As a holistic practitioner, I could say that at this moment, I cured myself. And I'm so happy about that. And I'm happy to add a product to my website on heavenscures.org that will also promote wellness for beings who are iron deficient because of veganism. I'm going to do my best to see if I can make this into maybe a tincture or something, like a spray. I think a spray would be nice. It's just a potent spray. And that's fast and easy. You can spray it on your food. Making it into a powder won't be as easy because I do have liquids included, so I'll have to figure it out. I'm sure I could have different versions, but I think I'll also make it into a little tea, a powder tea, and obviously it'll have to be a great adjustment, but I do see that I do have the ingredients for that, so it'll be very easy to create because I already have them. Massive quantities. I'm so excited, okay? So excited. You can see I'm passionate about cures and saving our womb planet as well as saving creations who are innocent and suffering, including those who are currently in the experiences of having to heal and wanting to help save creations as well by collaborating with those of us who are ready to work together. It's such a beautiful journey and experience to attract those who I'm supposed to be working with. Right now, I have a lot of exciting things occurring in reality, and I'm so excited to be working with globally those who are ready to create solutions and changes that are very important. I am working with different governments as well. I could list the names of governments that I'm working with, but let's say that I'm working globally with relief efforts that are to help save those who we can save. I don't think it's called nonpartisan, but I'm here to help save creation, and my purpose is to save creation as many as I'm supposed to globally. This has been my purpose coming in. I've always been this way. Even as a child, I would wish and will wishes to have world peace and to save creation. So I've always been this way. This isn't like some new hobby. This is who I am. I came in as a miracle, by faith, as a miracle, with faith healers and those who believe and believed in the miracle of faith and prayer. And my forwardness and my determination has to do with my ability to acknowledge I am a miracle. I am proof. I am living proof. All of what I've experienced is living proof. And not only living, but infinite, trans-infinite proof into the fact that souls come in with purpose. We come in as souls with purpose. And I want you to take a moment to let that soak in. What is your purpose? What is your purpose and why have you met me? Why have you come to meet me? What can you do with your purpose in your journey, in your experiences with yourself? Look inside and see what can you do to help yourself
so that you can help others eventually, that you love also, and that can spread, that can blossom, that can seed, that can inspire. Can you look at yourself in the mirror and smile and look at that affirmation? You love it. Look at that affirmation on the wall. And if you don't know how to write, they have YouTube videos for that, because I've had people contact me, folks contact me, who don't know how to read or write. So try and find a way, draw a picture, rip out a magazine article and circle it if it is important to you, that you want to achieve certain goals that help you acquire that action and part of that purpose. And yes, presents are nice. Some call them vision boards. But let the vision board also include what your purpose is. What are you doing in exchange for that? Oh, it's easy to ask for help. It's easy to ask for help. But what are we doing consciously to improve the lives of the loved ones we have with what we can do for them? By loving them. By being that support team for them. Even if you don't have financially the ability to help them, or you think that you don't have it in you to provide what they're lacking, be there for them. Be there consciously to kind of try to inspire them, if that's what you have in you, because you're going through so much yourself. Maybe you can't help them with their house, cleaning them, or cleaning up for them, and they're hoarders. Maybe you don't have that in you. But maybe you have it in you to explain to them that they're hoarders, and the side effects of hoarding, and health conditions that can come from that. Maybe you can inspire them by saying, hey, you know what? I'll be on the video call with you, or I'll be there with you when you work through those boxes. And you start to weed out the stuff that you have that you don't need anymore, that you can sell, and you can make money because you're complaining about not having enough money, because you're complaining about being in a stagnant situation, and you feel like you have blockages. Do you have too much clutter that makes you feel like you have blockages? Old things from old relationships could cause those feelings that you have to release and let go of. Working through that energetically can also be working through that physically. The amount of lives that I see turn around when they decided to stop collecting things from past relationships that were devastating and allowing those things to go, or cleaning the energy of their ex-relationships or past encounters so that they're not pulling that cord of that past experience. Remember, we're talking about cords of persecutions. Maybe that has to do with you. Maybe I'm talking to you right now. But in reality, we have to acknowledge our worth, our purpose, our great purpose, who we're supposed to work with, who's our magic team, who's our lucky horseshoe, or lucky clover, or lucky loved one, or angel, or, well, don't call on us always for just random things, just kidding. Who's the archangel, who's the one on our team? Who's our guardians, who's our guides, who's our ancestors, who's our loved ones and our genies? And that's how some people think. Me, I come in with the ability to grant wishes. Me, I come in as one that they ask to be their lucky charm. So me telling you that is me asking you also, please don't just call on us for just random things if it doesn't make sense. To ask for help, and you can figure it out yourself. You can ask for guidance and advice. That's nice. All right, well, not only that, but for prayer. Prayer for some is wishes, for others it's also offering up and requesting to those who you feel you want to ask for help. Some of you ask specifically to specific loved ones, so I'm not asking you to pray to me. For those of you who need to do your own spiritual practices, to work on your own heart healing, your own soul discovery, and your own journeys of consciousness, relying on others who do not have advice for you that makes sense is not the way to find your true path.